What Sarasota County schools are doing to provide appropriate mental health counseling for students. Plus, Sarasota County considering a voluntary fertilizer ban, how residents think it will help curb red tide. And Jewish leaders across the country will be using their weekly Shabbat as a way to show the world that hate cannot be tolerated. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening. We begin tonight with breaking news out of Tallahassee, where 3 people are dead following a shooting at a yoga studio. 5 people were shot, 2 died at the hospital. The suspect also dead after police say he shot himself. Those 5 victims were taken to the hospital, where 2 remain in critical condition.
All indications are this is the act of a single person. There is no immediate threat to our community. Obviously, we're all very saddened and shocked by the events that occurred, but it's important that people understand that there is no immediate threat outside of what has already occurred here this evening.
Tallahassee police say this is still an active investigation and could not release any more information. We will continue to keep you updated on air and online. Here on the Suncoast, people in and out of the Jewish faith are using Shabbat as a way to show the world that hate cannot be tolerated. ABC7's Rebecca Fernandez reports from the Jewish Congregation of Venice and shows us how they're joining synagogues across the country in solidarity.
So America has always been considered by the Jewish people to be a golden Medina. That's a Jewish phrase, the treasured land, the golden land. And for many, many years, for many decades, it really was. And what happened last Saturday has been a disturbing and shocking and hurtful and painful wake-up call. And it's a call that we would have really preferred to never have received.
This evening marks the first Shabbat since 11 people were killed at a synagogue in Pittsburgh. But tonight, the Jewish community will not be grieving alone.
The voice of hate speaks. It does not discriminate between different faiths and religions. It comes after all of us. We all were attacked last Saturday, last Shabbat in Pittsburgh. And now we all have to do something about that.
The American Jewish Committee started the Show Up for Shabbat campaign on social media, inviting people of all faiths to attend services to not only show solidarity for the victims, but to send a powerful message of unity.
Tonight, we've opened our doors to the community, and the community-wide, all are welcome.
The Shabbat is a traditional day of rest in Judaism, observed from sundown on Friday until Saturday evening. Last week's violent attack was during this day of prayers and togetherness, and that's why Jewish leaders say this campaign is the perfect way to show strength and that love will always conquer hate.
Coming together in healing and unity, and acknowledging that we all have differences in beliefs and opinions, but we look to each other now to support each other because we're all people of faith and we're all Americans.
Rebecca Fernandez, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Sarasota police say a routine traffic stop led to the arrest of a drug dealer. Dariente Singletary is facing several felony charges, including carrying a concealed firearm, possession of marijuana with intent to sell, and resisting arrest with violence. New images released today from his October 26th arrest show the contents in the car that he was driving, including a pistol that was listed as stolen from the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. Singletary already posted bail out of Sarasota County Jail. Well, as quickly as the Sarasota County School District was tasked with starting its own police force, staff also had to install a new mental health plan as required in the state's just passed Public Safety Act. As a result, Sarasota County is preparing to hold a town hall to involve you in the conversation about growing mental health services in schools. Their first course of action, partnering with USF and the Gulf Coast Community Foundation to fund a mental health scan of our community.
They're looking at it from a lot of different angles. So it's a mental health scan, but looking at the entire environment in which that happens. Our primary focus is going to be between conception to the age 24.
Funding that plus another $350,000 to tackle any problems that come from that scan will be complete in February. A digital town hall will be held Thursday to discuss this issue and spread more awareness. Sarasota County Commissioners say they will consider putting a voluntary year-round fertilizer ban in place after many concerned citizens have voiced their opinions. People who support the ban say that fertilizer runoff helps red tide algae blooms grow. The City of Venice recently enacted a voluntary ban on fertilizer, and county commissioners say they plan to talk with Venice officials about their experience. One resident who is for the ban says most people don't think of things like fertilizers as being dangerous. And if the local government recommended people not to use fertilizer, then they may be more aware.
It's not their top focus. It's not their top priority. But if you're living in Florida, I believe that it needs to be one of your top priorities because our Gulf is dying and we've witnessed a horrific scene this year.
This potential voluntary fertilizer ban is still under consideration. Sarasota County Commissioners say there is no date set yet to discuss this issue any further. A big Benderson development project in Ellenton is expanding. Manatee County Commissioners voted unanimously to allow the developer to modify a portion of the land use so it can expand the operation. Demand for space at the Florida International Trade Port was much higher than anticipated, so Benderson requested another 50 acres of that land be rezoned. The state must still approve that change. Well, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us now. And Bob, we had some pretty significant storms, tornadoes earlier, but it looks like tomorrow might be nice for us.
Yeah, we're looking at some better weather. It was rough going. Really, there were storms up in Hillsborough, also Pinellas. At one point, there were 5 separate tornado warnings taking place at one time. And that's a good reminder as we enter into the winter months. So we are going to see more and more of these strong cold fronts come down, and they will produce some rough weather very quickly. And we saw that with this particular front. Again, El Nino is expected to be in effect this winter, and that usually means severe weather a little bit more prevalent here along the Sun Coast. In fact, across the entire state of Florida for that matter, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Here's a look at the latest radar picture now. All the rain, at least the heavy rain, well down to our south. That line is all the way out into the Atlantic now. We have some residual moisture. This is the actual cold front stretching from North Carolina all the way down right across our area now. This front will continue to move southward and then pull up stationary over the Florida Straits. I mentioned the light rain still lingering in places, but most of it's over for now. We have some showers, some sprinkles, if you will, out in the Gulf of Mexico. Those could move in and not be a real big factor up to about 3 o'clock in the morning. I think by the time the sun rises tomorrow, we will start to see some sunshine come back into the weather picture. Right now, we do have some clouds around. That's some pretty heavy rainfall, and with this squall line, too, nearly 2 inches of rain. Fell near the airport and an inch along I-75 Fruitville all the way up to University, and 7/10 of an inch near Parrish, a little less but still nearly a ½ inch out at Anna Maria Island. So here are the weather headlines. Some sunshine tomorrow. It will be cooler noticeably, 77 for a high, and it will be a little bit breezy, not terrible. A good chance for showers returning on Sunday as that front moves back northward. And it looks like that'll be mainly in the afternoon. A warm work week ahead. We're having high temperatures beginning on Monday back to near or slightly above average all the way through the work week. Now the futurecast showing the showers, of course, staying down to our south. On Saturday, we'll look for some sunshine at times and some clouds moving in overhead. Lots of sunshine throughout the southeast. High pressure will be around for just one day, really, and then an area of low pressure will move in over the lower Mississippi Valley, and that will actually grab this front and then move it back northward as a warm front. Sunday morning looks to be okay. There'll be some showers around, but I think the widespread rainfall, if we get it, and it will be in the afternoon and evening on Sunday, and it will continue on and through Sunday night as more moisture is out there. But for tomorrow, looks good. We'll take Saturday's weather. Looks to be really nice. Mid to upper 70s expected for highs. Lows to start the morning off tomorrow. A little bit on the cool side, upper 50s to low 60s. And we'll warm up into the mid 70s by, say, 3, 4 o'clock, right around 76 degrees. And then, again, not as cool on Sunday morning as that front starts to work its way northward. So for boaters tomorrow, the winds will be out of the northeast. It will be breezy. Seas running 2 to 4 feet. Of a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. The extended forecast then Calling for partly cloudy skies tomorrow, 77. And make sure you set your clock back 1 hour before you go to bed. Sunset on Sunday will be at 5:46 as opposed to 6:46. Slight chance for showers on Monday. And for Election Day, it looks to be good. No excuses there. Get out and vote. And another system moves in on Thursday and Friday. And it looks as though we will see 70% chance of rain. It'll come late Thursday and then linger into Friday. And that front will keep things a bit cooler, I think, for next weekend. And we have the big, again, Crystal Classic taking place on Siesta Key. So we're hoping that forecast changes. But for right now, it could be a little wet Thursday and Friday.
All right, thank you so much, Bob. Well, the largest public photo exhibit in North America is now up at Nathan Benderson Park. The fence exhibit will be on display until the end of January. The traveling attraction draws more than 6 million visitors each year through open-air exhibits. Each photo series has a theme or tells a story.
This is a nationally renowned art exhibit for photography that stems from a photographic contest that goes on that's organized by the United Photo Industries out of Brooklyn. There are only 8 cities that are hosting the fence, and Sarasota is lucky enough to be one of them.
Well, the 7-year-old project works to promote the art of photography. That event is free and features work from around the world. Tomorrow will be a great day to get out there, Bob.
That's right, and I think Dylan John Wade Cox has got some photos on display too.
I was wondering that.
We have so many great photographers here along the Sun Coast, and there's always great things to shoot too. It should be a nice day tomorrow.
All right, thank you so much, Bob. And thanks for joining us. Stick around. Football Friday night with Dwayne Lindos coming up next.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
There are lots of people who are confused about which Medicare plan is right for them.
Hey, that's me. I barely know where to start.
Well, start here with me, Karen. I'm a licensed Humana sales agent.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Karen. I'm John Smith.
Hi, John. At Humana, we know you're unique, so you have different needs from other John Smiths.
Yeah, I've always thought so.
And together, we can find a plan that's right for you.
Great. I go to the doctor a couple of times a year, and I have some prescriptions, but I'm never fully sure of what's covered and what's not.
With Humana's all-in-one Medicare Advantage plans, you get coverage for hospital stays, doctor visits, and Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable and sometimes no monthly plan premium.
Do you have any more information?
Sure. I'll get a decision guide in the mail to you today. They're free.
Finally, someone who understands the real me.
Your health and happiness is important to us. Call or go online now to get your free decision guide. Call a licensed Humana sales agent today.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Find out first at 4 with ABC7 News at 4, weekdays on ABC7.
And welcome everyone to week 11 of Football Friday Night. I'm your host, Dwayne Lindo, and it's come down to this, the end of the regular season. It's been a heck of a ride to this point, but rest assured, our crew at ABC7 will cover many of the games throughout the postseason. We have quite a few teams that have already punched their ticket, which includes state champions Venice. They host the Manatee Hurricanes for our game of the week. The Canes looking to extend their season as well with enough points to get in. And the fact that they play the top-ranked team in the region, Venice, will put them in the best possible position. Some of the pregame festivities at Venice just getting better from year to year. You can see there, first quarter, the pass to Noah Carr for a pickup of about 12 yards. So rumbling and scrambling there, which leads to this. A 13-yard score by Brandon Gregory. Indians on the board, 7-0. Still in the first, Venice driving upfield, but the Hurricanes hold them on defense. Nice tackle there. 4 minutes into the second, Brandon Gregory, 1-yard touchdown run right here. 14-0 Venice. Indians go into the playoffs with firepower. They win this one, 44-13. And although the Brain River Pirates lost to the aforementioned team in their district, they've won 4 games in a row, scoring more than 50 points in each of their past 3 games, and are positioned to snag the 5 or 6 seed in their region. They host the Green Devils of St. Petersburg tonight, a non-district matchup. The fan base in Pirate Country hyped with the squad making it to the postseason. First play after the kickoff, and it's Brian Petit to the races, untouched, 60 yards. To give the Pirates the first score of the game, extra point is good, 7-0. But the Green Devils aren't slacking, ladies and gentlemen. On the ensuing kickoff, Darrell Kelly takes it 92 yards to even up the score. A reminder, this is only 2 minutes into the matchup. 7-7 ball game. Pirates with the ball, it's gagged to his big tight end, Travis Toby, as he walks in untouched. 14-7 Pirates. The Green Devils tie the score up yet again, but the pitch to Brian Battie in the second quarter brings the Pirates back into the lead. He finds the hole for 55 yards, takes it home, 21-14 Pirates. And just before halftime, the pass to Knowledge McDaniel there for the easy touchdown. The Pirates beat a good St. Pete team, 49-31. And as Class 8A district champs in the area, the Riverview Rams are in the postseason, and their goal is to get deeper into the playoffs than they did last year. This game against the Sailors just a formality as they prepare for the first round. Rams on their own 35. The Sean White handoff to Allie Boyce, who dips and weaves up to the sideline for 65 yards through the Sailor defense and all the way home with just under 4 minutes left in the first quarter, 7-0 Rams. 3 minutes later, the Sean White play action pass to Malachi Weidman. What does he do with it? Yards after the catch, ladies and gentlemen. Touchdown Rams. And the extra point is good as well. Riverview up 14-0. And again, Sean White finds his number 1 wide receiver, Malachi Weidman, in the end zone for another touchdown at the top of the second quarter. The kid is just too tall and too athletic. The Sailors just looking for a spark at this point. One more before the half. Will Evans passes the rock off to Michael Puda Hayes, who's able to find his way into the end zone. And the champs go into the postseason on a high note. They win this one, 42-13. So coming up on Football Friday Night Sights, the Fan of the Week and scores around the Suncoast. And the Booker Tornadoes looking to hand Cardinal Mooney their second loss in as many weeks. Those highlights coming up after the break.
We're the Bayshore Honey Bears, and you're watching Football Friday Night on ABC7. Yes, we got it! Perfect! We should have been like...
Where to go and what to do in Muscle Shoals in Florence, Alabama. Personalized just for you. Find your sweet spots at alabama.travel/sweetspot.
Helping families with mesothelioma is all we do.
My firm has been offering a free book on mesothelioma for over 10 years. Since that time, hundreds of people with mesothelioma have trusted us to represent them. We have local offices throughout the U.S. and there is no risk to you. Mesothelioma really is all we do. Call us at 1-800-485-6000. That's 1-800-485-6000. Or go to mesoonlylaw.com.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here. Because
why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
You know, fortunately, this was my first job out of college, so I was able to come back home and work in my hometown. I wore two hats. I was sports director and I was a news anchor. I did that for a few years and then decided to go full-time into news. Well, I love our team here at ABC7. We have a great mix, and it really is a great mix of personalities, of experience that meshes really well into a really strong team. I'm Scott Dennis, and I'm here for you.
Being empowered starts with getting informed, looking closer. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. But many of us don't know there are different types of breast cancer with different characteristics. That was me. Learning about the specifics of my diagnosis gave me the confidence to make informed treatment decisions with my doctor. This meant everything to me and my family. So take another look. Ask another question. Learn more at notonetype.org.
My California Closets designer is a rock star. She was able to design the most beautiful space for me. When I turn the lights on, it's breathtaking. La! It's just a little slice of organized heaven. The California Closet team was so professional, so reliable. It was seriously a dream come true. My name is Jill, and this is my California Closet story.
The Cougars had a heartbreaking loss last week against Clearwater Central Catholic. They now go head-to-head against the 5-4 Booker Tornadoes, with their eyesight set on securing a first-round bye in the Class 3 Region 3 playoffs. And I think senior night is the best way to celebrate going into the postseason. Kicker Anthony Einhorn will play at the college level in California. You see his parents there, proud parents. First quarter, the Cougars get right down to business. Booker on offense, and it's Reese Swink coming from behind the receiver for the pick, right on the 50-yard line. But the Tornadoes return the favor. Cougar quarterback passes it right to Jonathan Preche. And you know, all he's looking for is that end zone. Finally getting tackled on the 20 in Cougar territory there. So Mooney, Coach Paul Meckley is relieved because Tornadoes couldn't convert any points on that one. Tough one for the Booker Tornadoes there, but in the second, Mooney punting in their own end zone. It's returned by Eldrian Arnold. We've mentioned his name before. Pure athlete. Dude is just breaking tackles and calling blocks, and he takes it in for the score. But guess what? There's a flag on the play. Interception counts, though. Booker just takes it in for the score, misses the extra point. You take it in for the score there. The Tornadoes lead at this point 6-0. And Eldrian Arnold is even playing a little bit of defense. Great ball awareness, making the adjustment to get that pick. Look at that. Booker with the upset. Great coaching by Dumika Atkins. Tornadoes win 30-6. And the Bayshore Bruins with a win over Lemon Bay last week, looking to end their season on a good note against the Mulberry Panthers out of Polk County. First quarter, first series, they started off with this. Aishener Sannon heads to the sidelines and takes it home. They waste no time on that one. 55 yards for the touchdown to make it 7-0 Bruins. Second offensive series for the Bruins, the pass to LaQuavius Green, a 29-yard strike to score again. Extra point is good, 14-0 Bruins at this point. And we're only 5 minutes into the game. Later in the first is Aishener Sannon, again just eluding defenders to get a 12-yard gain. And it all leads up to this. Daniel Haley with a 29-yard run, taking it to the house to make it 21-0 Bayshore. The Bruins would go on to score 29 points in the first quarter, ending the season off right. They win big in this one, 55-6. Now let's take a look at some scores from around the Suncoast. We start off with the DeSoto Bulldogs. They beat the Lakewood Ranch Mustangs 41-6. Lakewood Ranch, unfortunately, 0-10 on the year. Palmetto Tigers, they're looking to get into the playoffs. Selection for these teams are Sunday, so we'll find out if Palmetto makes it. They beat the Charlotte Tarpons 40-16. They should get a few points on that one. The Port Charlotte Pirates, they beat the Southeast Seminoles 21-18. And the Hardy Wildcats, they go undefeated on the season, so they'll be ranked number 1 in their region in Class 5A. They beat the Barron Collier Cougars 35-7. And the St. Stephen's Falcons, they're in the playoffs right now in the Suncoast State Championship. So they made the regionals, beating Suncoast Prep Chargers 41-3, so they move on. The Out-of-Door Thunder, they unfortunately lose to the Mount Dora Christian Bulldogs 21-3, so they're out. And IMG White, they lose to the Nature Coast Tech Sharks 34-10. And the IMG Blue Ascenders, they're beating the Hoover Buccaneers. This is a final there, but it's in the third quarter. They're winning 34-7. And just a reminder, going into the postseason, tag those pics on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram with @mysuncoast.com for the next couple Friday nights, and we'll show them on air. So we'll show a couple here. Our first pick, Cardinal Mooney. A nice shot of the sidelines there. That photo taken by our own Ray Collins. Not only is he a great anchor, but he's a great photographer as well. And great player there, senior night for Bayshore High School. That is Darian Holly. He's a senior, number 34. Congrats to him on his graduation. Also, for the next pick, oh, that's all we have. Oh, darn. Bob, I wish we had more picks. But anyway, coming up after another short break, next week's matchups and our Fan of the Week. Stick around.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
A home can be much more than just a house. But for some of our neighbors, home means uncertainty and isolation. At Rebuilding Together, we turn houses into homes and revitalize our communities. Because a neighborhood is more than just houses and streets. It's familiar faces and open arms. Join the movement to ensure everyone can live in a safe home and community. Become a rebuilder today.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery?
Sure.
We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
My name is Blake. I received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Support the Hurricane Michael Relief and Disaster Fund by donating to the United Way of Northwest Florida today. Help communities rise and rebuild after the devastating mess left behind. Every donation makes a difference and is appreciated. Together, we are all Panhandle Strong.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
And now it's time for our Fan of the Week. And as most times, it's usually our Fans of the Week. This is the Honey Bears of the Bayshore High School. They're from Bayshore High School, but they're giving Bayshore a lot of cheer. I mean, that's probably the reason why they got the W today, or part of the reason. So congrats to Bayshore again, and congrats to the Honey Bears for cheering on their Bruins. And next week, just a heads up, we have some postseason matchups. I know Riverview and Hardy, those two are district champions. So we will catch you next week. We'll be here, same time, 11:15, with some highlights.